Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So you can see today I am channeling my inner Jeffree Star with this ridiculous fur coat because today I am finally going to review his Valentine's Day collection. Now, I was so excited that Jeffree is releasing a Valentine's Day collection. It seems like he is releasing these big collections quicker and quicker now, and I and my credit card can't really keep up, but here we are. So I did manage to get the 4 velour liquid lipsticks, a lip scrub, and the 3 lip ammunitions. As I've said before, I only buy Jeffree Star products on Beautylish, and unfortunately they won't have the blood sugar palette until later this month. But let me know in the comments down below if you'd like me to review this palette even a little bit late when I finally get my hands on it, because you know I will. But I still definitely do have some thoughts on all of these liquid lips and the lip ammunitions, which turns out to be a huge twist. So keep watching and see what I think of all of these new lip goodies. So the first color that we'll be swatching is Problematic. So I know I said this about the other 2 purple-esque colors in the Jeffree Star holiday collection. However, I'm not the biggest fan of needing to apply this color twice in order to get that really notorious Jeffree Star full pigment type of look. It is a pretty color. I do like it. It's just really not my favorite for his formulas. I do wish that he had built a purple formula that you could put on with one application and it would look like the rest of his colors. As a side note, why I swatched this color first is it's actually the only color that I've worn out and about before I filmed this video, and I do want to warn you that it does really stain your lips. I wore it for about 2 or 3 hours. I went home, took off my makeup. It was a bit stained, but I was like, oh, it'll be fine in the morning. In the morning, I still had such vibrantly pink lips. As I've said before in other videos, I'm not the biggest pink lip person, so this took a lot of concealing to cover up. However, it is a pretty shade, and I think it's quite flattering as far as purples go on me. The next color that I will be swatching is Romeo, which is a which, as you can see, is a pretty vibrant baby doll, typical Jeffree Star, as you can see with the packaging, pink. As far as bubblegum pinks go, especially with Jeffree Star, I have doll parts, prom night, rose madder, all of that. I do think that this is pretty flattering for me as well. It's definitely not going to be one of my go-to lipsticks. However, I am pretty impressed that it really hits the balance between a regular pink and that neon pink, like his watermelon soda shade that I have, and I swear I have never worn out in public before. So I think this really did hit the mark if you're looking for something that's definitely pink, but not as neon in your face pink as some of the other colors like prom night and watermelon soda. So I actually am pleasantly surprised by this type of pink. The next color in this collection is called Restraints, and this is a metallic bullet type gray. Now, not gonna lie, when Jeffree originally debuted all of his shades, this was definitely the one that I was like, hold on, but I knew I was getting the entire collection, as I always do. There's always one color in every single one of his collections that I'm always a little bit hesitant of, so no surprise here, Restraints is that color. But let's give it a go, swatch it, and see how crazy I look. Okay, let's go through a few things. First off, yes, this does make me look kind of crazy, but I have gray lipstick. I have a Smashbox gray lipstick that, while I haven't worn it that many times, it doesn't make me look this crazy. And here's why. This is supposed to be a metallic formula finish. Last time when I swatched the gold from the holiday collection, it was blinding. There was definitely a unique type of gold metallic finish that Jeffree Star Cosmetics has that's different than all of the other metallic formulas that I've tried before. It's not necessarily sparkly, it's more of a shine, a metallic, literally like a metallic Sharpie, if you know what I mean. This doesn't have that. It's not necessarily a matte, yet it's certainly not a metallic. And it ends up looking very streaky. I went over it more than 2 times. This is like 4 coats and it's still pretty streaky. I get that I've just swatched 2 other Jeffree Star lipsticks. However, they shouldn't be peeking through as much if this was a really vibrant pigmented formula. I think that he really missed the mark here just because he didn't decide what type of formula he wanted to use. He could have made this a matte and I feel like it would have been really good because he's killed it before on some of his unique darker matte shades, or he could have done this as a shimmer, but an actual shimmer like Dream House and that gold shade. I am pretty disappointed in this. And as far as weird shades, and I'm sorry by the way if you like these shades, I don't mean to call them or you weird. This is just something that's a little bit more unique and not your classic nude red or pink lip. But if I were to go and grab a unique shade, this certainly wouldn't be it. I feel like he's killed it before on so many other types of shades in this family that this one will probably never be touched. So this for me is definitely a disappointment. The final liquid lip shade that I'll be trying in this collection is called Self Control, which really does remind me of his shade Blow Pony, where it's like a very light purple. I use Blow Pony almost exclusively as an eyeliner, so let's try this out on the lips, but I think this is gonna go in the eyeliner pile. Okay. Is it weird? Yes. I'm looking in the viewfinder now. It doesn't even look as crazy in the viewfinder as it does in person. And in person, it doesn't look as crazy as I thought, if that makes sense. Yes, in the bottle, this seems like a very unwearable color. However, I could imagine with the right pair of fake eyelashes, the right crazy highlighter, and this lipstick, you definitely could pull off a look. It's certainly not I'm going to class and just gonna throw this on. However, not a lot of the Jeffree Star liquid lips are that. So it's actually not as bad as I expected. I would definitely say that the first 2 liquid lips that I tried out were considerably better and more wearable. However, out of the 2 kind of weird shades, this one is the clear and definite winner. So as usual with the Jeffree Star collections, I always buy 1 lip scrub, and I think it's just because I'm such a sucker for this adorable packaging. So this time I bought Candy Necklace. I used to be obsessed with candy necklaces as a kid, and so I'm curious to see if this tastes just like the real thing. He made it in this purple scrub or crystal shade, and wow. Okay, it tastes artificial, but candy necklaces, I'm just eating this, candy necklaces also taste artificial. So I think he kind of hit the spot here. I like this, I love the packaging. As per usual, the formula is amazing, and when I'm doing long videos like this where I'm continually swatching different lipsticks, this is ideal. So now moving on, in his collection, he also made 3 lip ammunitions. I've said this in previous videos, I'm not the biggest lipstick fan, however, I'm trying to branch out, and these all seemed like really wearable colors. Also, 2 of them, Androgyny and Calabasas, are some of my favorite liquid lip shades, so I was curious to see what they would look like in this new formula. So the first one I'm trying out is Calabasas, which has to be one of my most used Jeffree Star shades. Okay, so as you might be able to tell, I'm a really big fan of liquid lipsticks because it lets me overline the absolute crap out of my lips. So when I have an actual lipstick, it's a little bit harder to do. But as far as the color goes and the pigments, this is, oh, I have a little bit of lip scrub still on. As far as the pigmentation and the formula goes, this is awesome. I can imagine wearing this on more of like an everyday casual look, which, I mean, I know I'm a little bit extra and a pretty vibrant pink isn't everyone's everyday. The same coloring, obviously, as the original shade, however, just a bit lighter and more casual. So I'm definitely a fan of this, and as far as lipsticks go, I think I'll be wearing this a lot more often. The next shade is Androgyny. Now, Androgyny is a cult classic Jeffree Star shade, and it was one of the very first shades that sold me on the brand, so I'm so excited to try it in a different formula. Okay, so I definitely do need to get better at lipstick application. This is a little bit of a mess, and I think I'm just so spoiled with Jeffree Star's classic doe foot wand. However, as far as this goes, it's the same thing that I said with Calabasas. I actually really like it for more of like a casual, muted, nice look that gets you away from wearing lipstick, or gets you away from wearing liquid lipstick all of the time. I actually might, and I hate myself for saying this, might like the formula of this more than the actual original Androgyny. Simply because I am so wickedly pale that sometimes the Androgyny looks a little bit too gothic, a little bit too much on me, while this is actually sort of like that perfect in between. Definitely a fan of this. So the final color in this collection, or in the lip ammunition shades I should say, is called Sinister, which is a little bit darker looking than Androgyny, and there's no velour liquid lipstick counterpart, so let's see what it looks like. Okay, so good news, after just 3 applications of a proper lipstick, I am getting a little bit better. I'm definitely no pro, but this is looking a little bit better than the other 2 did. As far as color goes, I actually really do like this. I think that Jeffree's made a lot of this sort of like purple, but with a pink undertone shift. He made the 2 in the previous holiday collection, and then he made Problematic in this collection. Here's the thing, is that when he's making velour liquid lipsticks, having it being a little bit opaque and seeing that pink come through is a downfall, because when I want a velour liquid lipstick, I want it to be like full pigment, see nothing. But with a lipstick, you expect it to be a little bit more sheer. So I think this specific color that Jeffree seems to really be favoring lately is really nice in the lip ammo. So here are my final thoughts, and I'm just sitting and getting ready because I am honestly as surprised as you might be as well. But the lip ammunitions were my favorite part of this collection. I feel like I almost started off the video on a wrong foot because I was trying all of these liquid lipsticks, and while Problematic and Romeo were okay, they were nothing shocking. There wasn't that wow factor for me anymore. And it could honestly just be, this is the 5th Jeffree Star full collection that I've bought. I've seen it all, I've tried it all, and I think that I'm in the position now where I'm able to be a little bit more picky. So yeah, Problematic is a great shade, and it is so much better than anything that you're going to find at a drugstore or even a lot of brands at Sephora. But is it better than some of my other Jeffree Star shades? No. As far as Romeo goes, I think that it's a great color if you're into pinks. Unfortunately, I'm not that into pinks, but as far as pinks go, I'm into that one, if that makes sense. So Romeo, out of the 4 velour liquid lipsticks, I think is the one that I'll probably wear the most. Moving on to Restraints, I don't even want to talk about that. I'm genuinely so disappointed in the brand. I know the metallic liquid lipsticks are hard to make. I recently made a video where I swatched one of the new Smashbox metallic liquid lips, and I was disappointed as well. But there are some brands, especially Jeffree Star's brand, that I know it's possible to make that completely blinding metallic liquid lips. So when I see things like Restraints, it really does fall short, because metallic liquid lips aren't something that's a new concept. So I really do expect the formula to be as good as a regular liquid lipstick. The final color, Self-Control. Self-Control was like the curveball in the collection. It was a nice surprise. It's definitely not the most wearable color, but it does show that Jeffree's still capable of making that like signature Jeffree Star formula. So this for me is a win, whether I use it as a lipstick or an eyeliner. Now, the lip ammunitions, on the other hand, they were great. They were genuinely so great. Yeah, I might not be the best at applying them, but just you wait. Calabasas and Androgyny had that iconic color and look that made me fall in love with the original shades, but in a new formula, and they've even convinced someone like a lipstick hater like me to kind of go on to the dark side. I'm a really big fan of them, and I think that they're going to be great for daily use when I definitely want to have a bold lip, but not as bold of a lip. And I can totally imagine being extra enough that I carry my Calabasas lipstick and liquid lipstick in my purse and switch from day to night with them. This final shade, Sinister, is really nice, and I think it's actually better than Problematic and some of the other purple pink-esque shades that he's made beforehand. And as far as the lip scrub goes, again, it's nice, and if this was the only lip scrub I owned from Jeffree Star, I'd probably be really happy with it. However, there have been other lip scrubs like Pancakes and Syrup that are just so much better and have set the bar so high that this does kind of fall short. And I think that this sort of summarizes my feelings about the whole collection. If this was the first time I had ever bought Jeffree Star cosmetics, yes, I'd be impressed. But I might not be as willing to continue to buy more and more collections based off of this alone. And so, since it's not my first Jeffree Star collection, I know he can do better. He's been putting out a lot of collections recently. We had the Chrome collection in the summer. We then had the Star Family collection around November. We then immediately had the Holiday collection in December. There was barely a month between those two. And now we're having the Valentine's Day collection less than 2 months later. So I do think that a lot of these collections were jammed together really closely, and I almost wonder if, no tea, no shade, but if he had spent a little more time on this collection, whether it would have been better. Anyways, these are my final thoughts. Let me know what you think of the collection. Are you going to buy any? Have I persuaded you to buy or not buy any of these products? Please let me know in the comments down below. Anytime you guys comment or leave a like or subscribe to me, it means so much to me. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.